The first event of the new season, the Just My Cup of Tea event, is starting around the world. Let's get you guys all ready for this new season of Pokemon Go and talk about the tips and tricks for this event. So this event is December 3rd, 10 a.m. to December 7th, 8 p.m. your local time. So whatever your time zone is, that's the time. Bonuses, your event will have 2 times friendship bonus damage in raids. If you don't know, when you're friends with trainers, you do more damage in raids. It's going to be double during this event, as well as 50% more Stardust gained from completing raids. So every raid you complete, no matter the tier, you'll get 1,500 Stardust. And of course, we'll have exclusive Pokestop showcases during the event featuring different event-themed Pokemon. Those Pokemon include the wild spawns of Slowpoke, Talos, Slackoth, Duskull, Starly, and Greavard. And also during that, we're gonna have exclusive instance spawns. Do note as well, these instance spawns do have a higher shiny odds. I don't know what the rate is gonna be. My guess is 1 in 256, but nonetheless, off instance, you can find Oddish, Miltank, Combi, Gothita, Litwick, and Spritzy. The 1-star raids during the event will be Frillish in both forms and the new Sinistea, which we're gonna talk about in a little bit. In the 3-star raids, you'll have a Galarian, Mr. Mime, Hisuian Braviary, and Bombardier. In the 5-star raids, we'll have Genesect holding a Chill Drive, which means it will know the legacy move Techno Blast Ice, and in the Mega Raids, a Mega Banette. Now, we also have some exclusive research during the event with the Field Research task: catch 25 Pokemon for a Pidgeot or Noctowl encounter, use an incense for a Spritzy, or win a raid for 2,000 Stardust. There's also a free timed research, you're going to be 2 pages. It's all about winning raids, so it's kind of expensive to get, but it does get you that Sinistea encounter. So if you can use, some your free raid passes you get 2 a day, you can complete this in a couple days. Finally, there'll be a collection challenge where you need to get a Sinistea and you get a bunch of berries. With the event details out of the way, let's get right into the tips, starting with what are the best wild and instant spawns you should go after during the event. Starting off with Slowpoke, which evolves into Slowbro. Slowbro does have a Mega Form in Pokemon Go, so if you need a good IV, you can get one in the wild. We also have Starly in there, which evolves into Staraptor. Staraptor is the number 7 overall flying type attacker in Pokemon Go. Other than that though, that is about it. Off the instant spawns, a little bit better. First of all, Miltank is in there, which is a top Great League and Ultra League Pokemon in this PvP season right now. Combi is also in there, which is a Pokemon that gets you base 750 Stardust every time you catch it, so make sure you catch those if you need extra Stardust. Litwick is also in there, which evolves into Chandelure. Chandelure is a good ghost and fire type attacker in Pokemon Go if you need some of those. Remember as well, all those instance spawns do have boosted shiny odds, so even if you don't care about the meta relevancy of them, using your instance during the event can be a great tip. Also, if you did end up catching a Spritzy or have a Spritzy you want to evolve, you need to make it your buddy and use an incense. So if you plan on using an incense and you need to evolve a Spritzy, might as well hit 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's talk about the raids now. What are the best raids to go after? First of all, in the 1-stars, we have Frillish, which evolves into Jellicent. Jellicent is decent in the Ultra League, although not as good with the Surf Nerf. Oh, that kind of rhymes. In the 3-star raids, pretty skippable, nothing's really good. But in the 5-star raids, we have Genesect holding a Chill Drive. Now, Genesect holding a Chill Drive is actually the best version of Genesect for the Master League because, of course, the Ice type move can hit the dragons, but Genesect also does see play as a Bug type attacker in Pokemon Go, as well as Steel type attacker. So don't be scared to go ahead and grab Genesect. It's actually not a bad Pokemon, and it can be shiny. Finally, in the Mega Raids, Mega Banette is in there, which Mega Banette is a top Ghost type attacker, one of the best Ghost type attacking Megas. I also will remind you that you are getting more stars per raid, and you can do 2 free raid passes every day this season, which is huge. That is one of the seasonal bonuses, 2 free of those raid passes. So even if you don't have a raid that's very good near you, still worth doing them because you can be a great way to grind XP stars, all that stuff. Don't waste those passes. Let's talk about Sinistea though. In the 1-star raids, available to take down and through the research, and is its evolution actually any good? Well, Sinistea can evolve into Polteagiest for a total of 50 simple candies. Polteagiest is a pure ghost type Pokemon, has a base attack of 248, defense of 189, and stamina of 155, with a max CP level 50 of 3,458. For fast moves, it can learn Astonish, Sucker Punch, and Hex, and for charge moves, Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse, and Psychic. Is this Pokemon any good? Well, in PvP, unfortunately, it's not really going to be good. It's very similar to Dusknoir, which just has nuke moves and no bait potential, and is also very attack weighted. So it's not really a Pokemon you want to use in any sort of PvP. But what about for raids? Is this Pokemon any good as a ghost type attacker? And honestly, it's not bad. Not including Megas, Polteageist is the number 14 overall ghost type attacker in Pokemon Go. Now, of course, it gets completely destroyed by things like Dawnwing's Necrozma, which are just way better, but it is still not that bad. Overall, however, I would just wait for this Pokemon to be a wild spawn. It's being released in raids, so you can pay for it if you want, but really not that worth it, other than 1 for the Dex entry. Now, some of these wild spawns and instant spawns we're getting are actually pretty good in Pokemon Go, so let's go through my top candy tips on how to grind a lot of candy for them during this event. First of all, use Pineapple Berries on any of the rare spawns or spawns you want candies for. Regular Pineapple Berries will multiply your catch candy by 2 and Silvers by 2.34. You can also use Palkia's Spatial Rend ability, which will double the spawn distance that you can see more spawns for a certain period of time. You most likely have one because they were available during the Wild Area event. The more spawns you see, the more Pokemon you catch, the more candy you gain. If you're really trying to get an efficient grind in terms of candy gains, using Spatial Rend is a no-brainer. You can also Mega Evolve a Pokemon. If you don't know when you Mega Evolve a Pokemon, any Pokemon you catch, it shares a type with the Mega Mega, you'll get more Candy XP and XL Candy for catching Pokemon of that type. Now, personally, during this event, I would go with a Mega like a Mega Sableye or any sort of Ghost type Mega, as that will get you more candies for things like Litwick, Greavard, Duskull in the wild, and the new Sinistea. However, if you are going to be going after the raids for the Genesect, I'd highly recommend Mega evolving either a Bug or a Steel type Mega. A lot of different options to what you can Mega evolve. It really just depends on what your focus in terms of candies are during the event. You can also trade Pokemon. Unfortunately, it's no longer the season of Max Out, so no more guaranteed XL Candy from trades, but if you don't know, when you trade away a Pokemon, if the distance between where those two Pokemon were caught is over 100 kilometers, you're guaranteed an XL Candy. So if you've recently gone on a trip or your friend has gone on a trip, see if you can go ahead and trade away Pokemon to them that are caught locally for their distance caught Pokemon, and you can grind XL Candies in that method. Also, remember to save distance Pokemon when you do go on trips this season, because we're not going to have that guaranteed XL Candy bonus, so those valuable distance Pokemon are going to be very useful. Finally, go ahead and transfer Pokemon. Specifically, December 24th from 6 to 7 p.m. is Delibird Spotlight Hour with the bonus of 2 times transfer candy. Yes, Christmas Eve. So if there's any Pokemon you want more candies for, I don't know, Litwicks, Miltanks, whatever, go ahead and save, hold on to them until December 24th, Christmas Eve, and transfer them then. Finally, let's talk about Platinum Medal tips. You need 35 Platinum Medals, go from level 48 to 49 in Pokemon Go. Which ones should you work on during the event? Of course, the type medals at the bottom. Any of these you haven't completed, I don't know, the Hex Maniac medal, catch the Litwicks during the event. We also have the Rising Star medal, defeat 150 species of Pokemon in raids. If there are any of the raid bosses you've never completed, for example, Sinistea, do at least one Sinistea raid. That'll get you a point towards the Rising Star medal. You can see how high you can get this one. Finally, of course, showcases during the event. Try your best to win them. I've officially won my 10th showcase. Yes, I have. I still have 90 to go. Again, 100 showcase wins will get you that PhD Pikachu encounter, which is one of the rarest Pikachus in Pokemon Go right now. If you enjoyed this video, watch the one below. You will enjoy that one as well. And come tune into the stream tomorrow when we go ahead and play this event and check out everything going down during the new season. See you all next one. Follow for tips. Peace.